to my channel. So today I'm going to be teaching you something that I think is really fun and interesting. It's something that you most probably have heard of before, but it's called Zodiac Signs, and another term for it zodiac originated in Babylonian astrology, and later onwards, the it was influenced by the Hellenistic culture. And so we put down Hellenistic culture influence right there. So we know what it is. We know where it came from. Now, a really important question is it real? Is zodiac signs a real thing? And there are a lot of websites and magazines that tell you your zodiac is this, and today this is gonna happen, or this is your lucky number. But sadly, astrology is a pseudoscience, and scientific investigations have shown that there is no scientific validity and no explanatory power, meaning these zodiac signs can't explain things, scientifically at least. But there are more plausible explanations instead of zodiac sign for the apparent correlation between personality traits and birth months, and that would be seasonal birth influence. So there's a thought going around that seasonal birth, basically when you were born and which season you were born in, can have a reason as to why your personality trait is a certain way. And I can cover that in a later video if you guys are interested. But now we're going to go into the meat of our video, and we're going to draw a table of the Western astrological correspondence chart. The Western astrological correspondence chart. Now, by definition, Aries, which is one of our signs, starts at the first point of Aries, which is, do you remember where it's located? No, it's okay. I'll remind you. It starts at the location of the sun at the March equinox. Yes, so because the March equinox has a varying date year to year. The precise date of the equinox varies from year to year. But one thing that we do know is that date, it is always between March 19th and March 21st. So the consequence is that the write in our chart the approximate dates and what it stands for. The symbol Aries, as you saw, was the ram, and that is its symbol. The date is from March 21st to April 19th. Next is your star sign. Taurus. Taurus. Taurus is the bull, and I find this symbol actually pretty reminiscent of how a bull looks like. It is a circle and then a wide U on top. Sort of looks like horns to me, at least. But your star sign is Taurus. If you were born between April 20th and May 20th. Okay, now our third zodiac sign, Gemini. Gemini. Now, Gemini, can you guess what it is? It is twins. Twins. And I find that the symbol is sort of reminiscent of twins as well. It's, I forget what the word is, where you can split it in half, and it's refers to the alignment of a sign's energy as either two things. Can you guess? Positive and negative. So, polarity divides the zodiac in half, and it refers to the alignment of a sign's energy as either positive or negative. And so there are various attributes associated to them as a result. Firstly, for positive, they are also called active, and their attributes are the yang in yin and yang, and they're considered expressive, and they are also considered masculine signs. So, active, yang, expressive, and masculine. They are Aries, Gemini, Leo, Libra, Sagittarius, and Aquarius. And you can see that those are 6 signs because we talked about how it divides the zodiac in half. And positive signs make up the fire and air triplicities. Okay, next, for negative polarity signs, they're also called passive. Passive. Okay, if positive was yang, expressive, and masculine, could you guess what negative would be? Yin. Receptive, and feminine. And the zodiac signs are Taurus, Cancer, Virgo, Scorpio, Capricorn, and Pisces. And negative signs make up the earth and water triplicities. And we'll get into what triplicities are a little later onwards, but positive, we're going to put in our chart. So it's Aries, Gemini, Leo, Libra, 2 more, Sagittarius, and Aquarius. And now for the negative polarity signs, we have Taurus, Cancer, Virgo, Scorpio, Capricorn, and Pisces. Okay, we have our polarity in there. Next, we're going to talk about another trait in the zodiac signs, and it is called modality. Now, modality, or also known as mode of a given sign, refers to its position in the season it is found in. And there are 3 modalities. Firstly, we have cardinal, which symbolizes creation. Cardinal, creation. Next, our second modality is fixed. Fixed. And the fixed modality symbolizes preservation. And lastly, our third modality is mutable, and it symbolizes transformation. Mutable transformation. Now, cardinal, creation, fixed, preservation, and mutable transformation. What are these three? Well, they are three universal life conditions. They're the three universal life conditions. Firstly, for cardinal signs, they like to be first. Cardinal signs like to be first, and they thus love taking charge. And they also like leading the show. That is what cardinal signs are like. And some keywords associated with cardinal are action, dynamic, initiative, and great force. Next, we have fixed signs. And fixed signs like to uphold traditions. They're traditionalists, and they like maintaining responsibilities, and thus they like working steadily to complete larger projects. And so some keywords for fixed are resistance to change. They're resistant to change. They have great willpower, and they are also inflexible. So those are the keywords to describe someone who has a fixed modality. Lastly, mutable. They're almost in direct opposition to the fixed signs. Mutable signs thrive off of 3 C's: change, chance, and chaos. And this makes them the life of the party. And so some keywords for mutable are adaptability, flexibility, and lastly, resourcefulness. So, these classifications represent the unique ways each group of signs expresses their energy and react to different circumstances. They each have symbols associated with them, and we are going to put our symbols in our chart next to the various signs. So, firstly, for cardinal, we have Aries and Cancer. And thirdly, we have Libra. And then Capricorn is our last cardinal modality sign. Okay, secondly, we have fixed with Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, and lastly Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. Okay, now we have our chart filled in with the modality signs. And lastly, we'll be talking about something called triplicity. Now, this is our last categorization and explanation of the zodiac. Let's make a cute post-it with some stickers on it, and we'll talk a bit about the history of what triplicity is and where it came from. So, Greek, philosopher, Empedocles. What he did was he identified four elements in 5th century BC, and if you can guess, those four elements are fire, earth, air, and water. He explained that the nature of the universe as an interaction of two opposing principles, love and strife, and that manipulating the elements into different mixtures produces the different nature of things. So all the elements are equal, meaning they also have the same age, they rule their own provinces, and they possess their own individual character. Empedocles said that those born with nearly equal proportions of the elements are more intelligent, and that they have the most exact perceptions. So the proportion of how much elements you're born with determines your intelligence and your perceptions. Now, in traditional Western astrology, there are 4 triplicities, and they're based on the classical elements that we have just described: fire, earth, air, and water. So, we're going to look at this diagram that is going to represent the 4 classical elements, and it's 2 squares on top of each other, with the corners of one being the classical elements, and then the corners of the other square being the properties of the element described. So, for example, fire has that triangular symbol. Earth has a similar upside down triangle with a line through it. Then we have water, and then air. So fire is associated with hot and dry properties, and how you determine it is you go from the element and just go to the properties right next to them. So earth is cold and dry. Now, Aristotle, who was in 384 to 322 BC, we have these four elements with their associated properties. And with these symbols, we will mark which signs have which triplicities. First, we'll talk about fire, and it is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. They have assertion, drive, and willpower. Next, we're going to go for air, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Their keywords are communication, socialization, and conceptualization. Next, we have Earth, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. They have practicality, caution, and material world. Lastly, we have water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, with emotion, empathy, and sensitivity. Okay, this is our final product, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked my content, please like and subscribe. I hope that today you learned something new and that it was a fun, educational